welcome back to another episode on the channel. This is part of our physician efficiency series. We're going to wrap up and summarize what updates we have now on AI, especially how to use AI for physicians in a really safe and smart way. After a few months of working with different AI tools and making videos for you guys, I wanted to have one episode where we put everything together and summarize things. We're going to basically cut through the noise and give you a practical, safe way to use AI without turning your workflow into a liability. So let's get into this. If you're curious about AI, but also a little worried about the privacy and safety implications, that's a good thing. That's not a fear. That's clinical diligence. Your skepticism is a feature and not really a bug. Most physicians I talk to are in the exact same boat. They see the potential, but the risks feel undefined. The goal of this video is to change that. I'm going to give you a simple framework so you can act on the curiosity without creating any risks. This is all about do this Monday mindset. Practical, repeatable, and safe. So the first thing is first, we have to have the right mindset when we use it. The American Medical Association has been very clear on it. We should think of AI as an augmented intelligence and not really the artificial intelligence. This isn't about putting the machine on an autopilot. It's really giving the pilot, that's you, a smarter Copilot. AI can help reduce administrative burden. It can support your decisions. It can streamline our workflows. But we have to be very clear. We're still flying that plane. We are still accountable for every output and every note and every decision. And AI is just the system. So let's put things together. There's really 3 buckets of clinical AI that I want you guys to know about. First bucket, the general generative AI. This is the ChatGPT, the Grok, the Claude. These are amazing for drafting, summarizing, and rewrite. But they can also hallucinate, they can omit, and you have to verify everything that comes out of these. Bucket number 2 are the EHR or enterprise level AI. This is stuff like ambient documentation, in-basket drafting, and or handoff summaries that your organization has vetted and approved. It's governance ready, but still needs your review. And bucket number 3 are the clinical decision support and AI-enabled devices, or CDS. These are FDA-regulated tools with a whole different set of standards for oversight and validation. But for today, we're going to focus on bucket 1 and 2. There's a 3-gate safety check that I want to talk about. Try to steal this framework before using AI. And if you're in academic medicine teacher residents and medical students, the gate number 1 is a task. This is the administrative work, or is it the clinical decision making? When you're starting out, stick to the administration tasks or stick to the administrative tasks. Gate number 2, the data. Does this task require PHI or protected health information? The default answer here should be always no, but if the answer is yes, you absolutely need an organization approved tool with a HIPAA Business Associate Agreement or BAA. There's a video that I created on how to remove protected health information. However, it's still best to use HIPAA Business Associate Agreements. Basically, tools that are approved for that. And gate number 3 is the risk. Could an error harm a patient when you're using this AI tool? If the answer is yes, then you need a different tool with stronger evidence and much stronger guardrails. So if a task passes through all of these 3 greenlit gates, administrative task, no PHI, or low risk of harm, you're good to go. So your first really safe win. What is this first win? It's using a prompt pattern that forces you to verify the output. Here's a 4-step pattern. First, you draft. Ask the AI to write the content, like a patient education handout or a prior auth letter. Second, you ask for uncertainty list. Literally prompt it. List any claims in this text that should be verified before I use. Third, you verify. You take the list and check it against your trusted sources like up-to-date guidelines, medication databases. And only then, fourth, do you finalize and use the output. A simple workflow turns a potentially risky tool into a reliable tool by building safety check right into that process. And let's talk about the tool snapshot. So what's actually worth using right now? The landscape changes fast, but here are a few solid options clinicians are using today. For non-PHI tasks, drafting patient education, ChatGPT Plus and Claude are great. For literature-grounded answers at the point of care, OpenEvidence is an interesting one to watch. And for the heavy-duty PHI-safe work like ambient documentation, you're looking at enterprise tools such as the DAX Copilot or Abridge and that have a BA with your institution. The key takeaway isn't to chase the newest model, but actually to chase evidence, governance, and workflow fit. 4 risks every physician must know. We have to talk about. AI can and will cause harm if you ignore these 4 things. First, hallucination and omission. AI can produce fluent, confident, and completely wrong text. Studies on this are clear. The error rate is non-trivial. Second, automation bias. This is a big one. We are all psychologically wired to overtrust automated suggestions. You have to build friction into your workflow to force yourself to verify. And third, bias and fairness. AI can inherit and amplify biases from its training data, which can lead to systematically worse results and outcomes for certain patient groups. And fourth is prompt injection. The system can be manipulated to produce unsafe recommendations. You have to harden your prompts and train your team. And there is a whole video that I created on prompt engineering for physicians. I highly recommend you watch that video. I'm going to try to post it, the link. Now, by being aware of these risks, this is the first step to mitigating them. And lastly, your 30-day AI startup plan. Week 1, you just start, pick 2 simple non-PHI administrative tasks, recommend drafting patient instructions, and writing the first draft of a prior authorization letter. Week 2, build your personal prompt library, things you mostly use, these templates for the tasks that you often do, and build a verification checklist we talk about. And 3, talk to your compliance and IT teams and see what PHI capable AI pathways are approved for your team. And 4, pilot an approved tool. If your organization has an ambient documentation tool, try it. Track your time and notes, your after-hour EHR works and the error rate, and really get your own data. And lastly, if you remember only one thing from this whole lecture, I want you to think about start small, verify always, and scale with governance. Always start low-risk administrative tasks where you can build your confidence in using AI. Assume every AI output is a draft until you personally verify, and only expand to using AI with patient data when your organization has given you an approval, contracted, and trained pathway to do. That's how you use AI to make your life easier without compromising patient safety. This is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, drop your biggest AI question in the comments, and share with a colleague who's been curious but hesitant about using AI. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. And if you have any further ideas for videos, I'll take those. Have a great day.